Hello there everyone, my name is Clink and welcome back to the Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess. Today we are going to be continuing the main quest and making our way towards the desert region. There's a few things I'm going to do along the way, especially since we're just going to have to be here in Castle Town to do all of it anyway. The first of which is actually going to be turning in the pose we've collected to Giovanni, because I do believe we have enough to get the Poe Lantern, so we'll go on ahead and get that. That'll be very helpful for collecting the remaining Poes that we've got, which is still quite a few. I could go on ahead and turn in my bug to Agatha, but I'm gonna wait to do that till we've just gotten the remaining bugs, since there's only 3 more left in the game anyways. I just have to remember where Giovanni's house is at. I think it's up here. I'm pretty sure it's this building back here. Yes, if there's all the cats, that is definitely it. Hello. We normally hold our meetings in the open space in front of Giovanni's house, but I don't see why, if Boss Gangle isn't coming anyway, we can't have the meeting in front of my house. Fair enough. I'm with you, man. If you're second in command, because I think Gangle's a little preoccupied over here, too busy being solid gold. But let's hand in these Poes. This lets him move around a little bit at least. You did it! I can move again. This is all thanks to you, right? Oh, I have to thank you. Will this do? Oh, wait, what? This is how we get the 4th bottle? Okay. This bottle holds sacred water that contains the Great Fairy's prayers. So this will, I think this is a full heal, and I guess it boosts our attack strength. I hear you can get this stuff in the cave on the western edge of the Gerudo Desert too, but my body is still golden. Does this mean my soul is still not whole? That's strange. Maybe we need the souls of 60 ghosts. Can I ask another favor of you, doggy? Can you defeat more ghosts? Just 39 more. Must be tough finding those creepy crawlies, right? Take this lantern with you. So yeah, I mentioned previously this was not in the original game. This is brand new to Twilight Princess HD and a great addition. I love anything added to games or just in games that will help you complete these collectathons if you're interested in going for them. Because while the average player won't and really shouldn't complete the Poe quest, same with the Gold Skulltulas or whatever, at least for those that do want to complete it, it's not as awful and you might not have to look up a guide for it. The next thing I would like to do is go and get the next hidden skill, since I've kind of been leaving this wolf link or wolf shade thing out here for quite some time, so I'm going to go on ahead and grab that while we're close by, even though I've had like, what, 10 chances to go do this, with how often I've had to come out here between opening up the pathway, gathering rupees, killing Poes, all that other stuff, but I'm pretty sure it's just over here. Yeah. So we'll go ahead and learn this hidden skill. I'm pretty sure our previous one was the one where you roll around and hit stuff in the back, so we'll have to do that real quick, and then we'll learn the skill, and then we're gonna head onwards into the main quest. So we're looking pretty good. We're making really good progress. We meet again. This next is the greatest of the hidden skills I have taught you to this point. Oh, is it the Helm Splitter? Alright, yeah, so let's do the back slice. So just a quick clunk. What is it now? It appears you're certainly capable of performing a lost art. The Helm Splitter, yes, okay. It is vital that you get this one. It's super helpful for a couple of enemies that we're going to be fighting in some of these later dungeons. So yeah, all we gotta do is do a shield bash and then jump over them with A. And we can do the Helm Splitter. Pretty simple to pull off, so we'll go on ahead and do just that. Then I guess we can hit him another time. Impressive. Do not miss your chance to land a Helm Splitter with A after your shield attack. The 4th hidden skill, the Helm Splitter, has been passed on. I love the way Link puts his sword back into the sheath in this game. So there's 3 more. We have another wolf just chilling out in the desert. I think the next one... I don't remember when the next one is after that. I think it's between dungeons 4 and 5. But yeah, now that we've done that, we are all good to go to Talma's bar. And figure out where it is we're supposed to go. Because these people that Talma wants us to meet, I do believe are the different people that we're going to need to talk to for each of the remaining dungeons. These people are not the sages, but I guess you can kind of see them as equivalents of sages in this game, because they're kind of the people associated with each of the remaining dungeons that are important for them, even if some of them are honestly very arbitrary. Honestly, my only major criticism of the dungeons and just progress in the back half is I understand why this next dungeon is the first one we need to do since we're in search of the Mirror of Twilight, but dungeons 5 and 6, I don't really see a reason why you couldn't do those in whatever order you want. Kind of like how you can do the Fire or Forest Temple first in Ocarina of Time. If it doesn't clink. Yeah, because the restrictions just feel stupidly arbitrary. We'll see later on. You made it. How have you been, honey? Mercy, but you have good timing. I was just talking about you. Hey everyone, introduce yourselves. This handsome young man is the infamous Clink. You remember what I told you before, honey? These are the friends I mentioned, the ones who are trying to help deal with all the troubles in Hyrule. Actually, there's one more of us, but there's been a disturbing turn of events in the Western Desert, so he's gone to check it out. He's an older man named Aru. If you happen to meet him, definitely take the time to talk with him, okay, honey? Well, you've come all the way here, honey, so why don't you relax a bit? Why don't you be sociable and talk to these folks? They're a jolly bunch. So we got this guy. Hello there, you must be Clink, correct? I'm Shad, wonderful to meet you. Telma told me all you've been up to. You're rather formidable. I'm rather not, I'm afraid. I'm formidable at book reading, but I lack physical skills. So yeah, he knows about the history of Hyrule and the history of the Calamity Ganon. There's this guy that doesn't look unfamiliar at all, because this is clearly Russell, and this girl, Ashe? I'm just gonna call her Ashe. And she grew up in the mountains, and she's just wanting to go to Snow Peak, so she's looking into that. That is going to be a region we go to later on, of course. If it's mentioned in the game, we're probably going to go to it, so... and we also are going to want to check this map. So between dungeons, you're going to want to check this map if you want to know where to go next. Specifically, you'll get told where the person that's going to help you with the dungeon is at. So, Aru is at Lake Hylia studying the desert. So that is where we need to go. That's pretty much how this back half is going to work. Instead of having to go through the Tears of Light, you know, fill that out, do some other stuff for some other people, have some surprise event cutscenes. This is much more your classic Ocarina of Time and Wind Waker type thing, where it's, hey, this is where you need to go, figure out how to get there, go do the dungeon, and explore the area, and you're good. So... That's why I said earlier on in the game, this back half, I really like the pace of it, and this is the part of Twilight Princess that I just really, really, really enjoy, so, we are at it. Smooth sailing for the rest of the game, which admittedly, even the front half, I actually enjoyed a lot more than I expected to on this playthrough, even if, mainly because I didn't read, you know, I'm not sitting here reading all the dialogue, but... I don't know, man. It's still just a little slow sometimes. It is still pretty good, though. It's better than... It's something I come to like more every time I play the game, but it's still definitely the thing that holds this game back just a little bit for me. Admittedly, though, the more I play this one, the more I think overall I think this is probably better than Wind Waker, but I don't know, I still just really like Wind Waker, personally. This game kind of does have better dungeons, though. And a lot of really good moment-to-moment stuff. I don't know. I feel like this game and Wind Waker can be pretty close for me. I like them both, though. They're both good. Gotta be honest, the only 3D Zelda I'm not a really big fan of is probably Skyward Sword, so yeah. That was about time for you to arrive. Master Clink, is it? You do know Telma, don't you? I am Aru. I am part of the group that Telma kindly allows to meet at her bar. I've heard all about your deeds from her. Now, you being a courageous youth, you have likely heard of the strange events in the desert and come to investigate, no? Or am I mistaken? You do know, don't you, Master Clink? The Gerudo Desert once held a prison, built to hold the worst criminals this land has ever known. The criminals who were sentenced to death were sent directly to the underworld by a cursed mirror that was kept in the prison. Now that prison is condemned, and even the road leading to the desert is impassable. This desert at World's End, it still holds the cursed mirror and the malice of the doomed inmates. These old bones know that the evil currently plaguing Hyrule is related to this wicked place, so I have come to learn the truth. Master Clink, I must ask, what will you do now? Don't tell me you plan to enter the desert and confirm my suspicions with your own eyes. Yep. And let good old Aru help you out. See Lake Hylia below us? A man named Fire runs an amusement ride of sorts down there. Give him this. So yes, this is going to allow us to use that special cannon. I forget what Fire actually calls it, but going ahead and equip this. You have a quest item, kind of like in Majora's Mask, like on the far right of your item menu. There's your quest items, and same with like Ocarina of Time with like Zelda's letter and stuff. There's a dedicated slot on the inventory menu on the gamepad that is for quest items. This is also where Uku actually usually appears when you find her in the dungeons. So it's kind of nice how they have the inventory split up actually on the gamepad, because you have your like main items, and then there's like 3 rows, or there's a column for bombs, and then you've got your 4 bottles split off, kind of like how Wind Waker had the bottles split off, at least in Wind Waker HD, which was pretty nice. I guess even in Majora's Mask they kind of split the bottles, or all of them I should say. But let's show them this. Let's see. From old Aru, huh? Oh well, I guess I gotta do what the old coot says. Oasis flight, right? There you go, one of our secret options not available to general public. This time's all paid for. So what do you say? Wanna go? Let's go. Next time, you gotta pay. Sweet sailing buddy of mine, one for Oasis. Fire in the hole! Oh my god, no. I'm getting flashbacks to those stupid lobotomy Geometry Dash memes from when 2.2 came out. Right, 2.2? Yeah. Yeah, that update was memed about and talked about for so long, and I'm already kind of forgetting what update it was. Oh my gosh. It's been a little while since I played Geometry Dash at this point. Let's do another funny cannon shot. Bonk. The recoil on the cannon there is crazy. Yeah, welcome to Gerudo Desert, which I've always found it interesting that they even call it Gerudo Desert in this game, because there's no Gerudos in this game. Well, I guess there is one. Wait, Clink. Before we go on, there's something I want you to hear. Do you remember what the spirit said about the few shadows? What do you think happened to the magic wielders who tried to rule the sacred realm? They were banished. They were chased across the lands of Hyrule and driven into another realm by the goddesses. It was another world entirely, the antithesis of Hyrule, where the sun shines bright. Its denizens became shadows that could not mingle with the light. Eventually, most came to call it the Twilight Realm, and from it, none could return to the world of light. They were forever doomed to live in the twilight, flitting in the half-light of dusk, mere shadows of Hyrule. This is the history of the Twilight, as it has been passed down from our ancestors. Do you now understand what I am? I'm a descendant of the tribe that was banished to the Twilight Realm. It was a peaceful place until Zant took control of the Twilight Realm and then transformed all of the Twilight into shadow beasts. I swear, we never see that one with the plate on his face. Maybe you do in the... when you... I'll just stop that thought there. It's clear to me now that he somehow gained a great evil power previously unknown to our tribe. In any case, I was sent from there and can no longer get into this Twilight Realm without his power. But there's another tale told by my people. Though the goddesses forbade us to return to the world of light, they left one link between the light and the darkness. Something called the Mirror of Twilight was passed to the protectors of Hyrule. It's our only path to the Twilight Realm, and we must get there. You'll come with me, won't you? And that is our mission, to reach the Twilight Realm. Which, you know, makes sense. Probably go raid Xant's home. But yeah, here we are in Gerudo Desert. First thing I'm going to point out, this is the Poe Lantern. This is going to be our first place to really put into action. It will shine if there's still Poes in the area, but obviously it is daytime right now, so we're not really going to be able to find any Poes out on the surface. I do believe there's a few grottos kind of scattered around here. This is a really large desert. There's a good bit of ground to cover. Not a ton of things to do here, though. There's a few, and we're gonna, of course, do those, but it is, you know, it's a desert. It's mostly empty, but there's a few very helpful things that we can do here. One, we need to find a warp point, so we're gonna need to kill some shadow beasts. Two, you might be able to see it off in the distance there, that big chunk. That's actually part of the Bridge of Eldin, so we're going to use that to restore it. And I think there's some money. Part of me wants to say there's a heart piece somewhere in the desert. I do know there's one tied towards getting to the prison over there, which is that thing off in the background. You might have seen it occasionally in... like the wolf cutscenes, and there was another cutscene. It was when I pointed out that those medallions from Ocarina of Time, and I saw a bug flying around. I know there's a bug somewhere, or there's two bugs in the desert. Oh, there it is. Okay, yeah, we're gonna make sure we're picking up bugs while we're here. This is actually the last area that is gonna have bugs. The only other one is in the forest meadow, or grove, sacred meadow, whatever you want to call it, which we'll go get later once we go to the other dungeon over there. But for now we can't really do that one. That's gonna be the 6th dungeon? Yeah. For some reason I keep on wanting to add one to every one of these latter half dungeons. I don't know why. Yeah, let's use our claw shot to go up here a little bit. We can bounce up. You got these like flying pea hats that you know, they're a little bit helpful. And I think that this is the warp portal, I want to say. Yes, okay. So we'll go on ahead and use this to our advantage. That way we never have to pay for the Oasis flight ever again. Which is awesome. Come here. Come here. I want to kill all 3 of you. Oh, dang it. Okay, I'm just gonna have to kill this one first. And then we're gonna... Oh, no! Why are you banging your head against the wall, Link? Come on. There we go, much better. That worked a little better than last time. And yeah, now we got this portal, which is awesome. And this is actually going to open up something very important for later on in the game. Definitely not something we should be doing right now, though. I can tell you that. But it is completely optional. So we're gonna warp with this thing. We're gonna warp over to Bridge of Eldin and patch it up. So we have pretty much opened all of Hyrule almost. There's one area on the surface we haven't unlocked, and that's Snow Peak. But we've restored all of the paths in Hyrule Field. The bridges are there. You know, we can traverse it however we wish. The only thing blocked off is some very small sections that require any specific items. So, yeah, I'm pretty sure this is the last, like, major thing to patch up. Which, if I remember correctly, in the Smash Bros. Brawl stage, the middle of the Bridge of Elden will actually, like, come out for a little bit. Kind of like how, you know, it actually does in this game. Although I can't say I trust this bridge all that much. I'm gonna be honest. But now that we've done that, we can warp back over to the desert, which is gonna have 11 pose for us. Now, one thing, I don't remember how many pose it is, but this cave is going to have, it's like 3 or 4 of the pose. I remember these were the final pose that I got. I couldn't find any more pose, and I was like, I'm just gonna try this out, and see how it goes, and just try to beat it. And then I found the last pose. But this is the Cave of Ordeals. This is something that you will not really want to do until the very end of the game. I would recommend making this the final thing you do in the game before you take on the game's final dungeon and boss. This is kind of like Wind Waker's Savage Labyrinth or Breath of the Wild's Trial of the Sword, where it is a very long enemy gauntlet that is definitely the hardest combat challenge in the game. I know I've kind of poked fun at how easy the combat is in Twilight Princess and how very few enemies are a threat. But there is one enemy that's a threat, and that place will make you fight up to 3 or 4 of them at the same time. And they are no joke, even on their own, so... yeah, you're gonna want to be armed to the teeth if you go in there, which is why I'm gonna save it to be the very last thing that we do. There is also a Twilight Princess HD exclusive variant of it called the Cave of Shadows that is basically the same thing, but you do the entire thing as Wolf Link. I have not decided if I will be covering that in this Let's Play yet. I will probably make it a bonus video or something near the end, but not tied to the main Let's Play, just because the only thing it gets you is the ability to have Wolf Link have more than 3 hearts in Breath of the Wild, with the Wolf Link amiibo, because that's the only way to access it, and a wallet that holds 9,999 rupees, which is completely useless, admittedly. And I really thought that chest was a heart piece, honestly. I guess not. And hopefully this P-hat goes across to the other side, and I'll have to wait to go all the way back over there. Okay, yeah, it looks like it will. Awesome. But I mean, hey, it's another stamp. Yeah, do let me know if you want to see the Cave of Shadows. I have actually never completed it, ever, so... if I did it, it would be the first time I've really attempted it. And, oh, hello. Hello, Bulbins. We're pretty close to the Bulbin camp, although I'm pretty close to where I'm going to end off for the day, I think. But I do want to go over to a different part of the desert, because I'm pretty sure that there's some grottos and stuff over this way that I can do, and I would also really like to find the other bug in this video. But I have zero idea where it is. This seems like a good spot to put it. It might also be really close to the dungeon, so I'll probably just try to get it then. Let's go over to this. Usually these little, like, dead tree things are a good spot to look for, like, a grotto or a Poe or something. Because, you know, there's not much here, so the things that are here jump out a lot more and are probably a bit more important. Classic game design, of course. Yeah, I think that these 3 skulls are actually guarding a grotto for us. Yeah, there we go. I want to say there's a Poe in here. I'm shocked I remember this, but I think it was also one of the final Poes I found in the game, which is why this kind of sticks in my memory. Oh, wow, that's not what I was expecting. I wasn't expecting to find 2 of them in here. I can tell you that. Alright, let's transform back into Wolflink then. Is there 3 in here? Or is it just the 2? I think it's just 2, but still, that's pretty nice, pretty helpful. Especially considering there's 11 in Gerudo Desert altogether. Now, the real question is if it's including a certain handful of Poes that we'll be seeing pretty soon. Let's, blow these up. I still haven't gotten the Bombling. I'll have to make sure I pick those up after the next dungeon. I don't know if lighting these is gonna do anything, but I can't help but want to light all the torches. Oh yeah, it's probably gonna give us rupees or a stamp or something. So, might as well. Open up wide. No, please, let me in. There we go. Yep, there is another stamp, the Sad Midna, which that puts us to 15 stamps. All right. Well, with that, I think I am going to be ending this part here, and I will see you guys next time, where we are definitely going to be reaching the 4th dungeon of the game at long last. It's been, what, like 7 parts or something? So, I'll see you guys then. Bye-bye.